Hey everybody, this is Evan, the third host, and this is my lockdown video. So we're here to entertain you again with these trying times we're having, and I realize we haven't done something yet that I know everyone out there loves. That's an unboxing video. So get ready for the first true story based on fiction YouTube channel's unboxing video on true stories based on fiction. Okay. So as many of you may know, I am a huge Tim Drake Robin fan. He's one of my favorite superheroes of all time, and I don't have a lot of merch about him, but that's going to change today because a couple days ago, I saw that a new statue came out, and it's all about Tim Drake and his visage, and it looks like him, and it is of him. So I figured it's a perfect time to buy a new statue for my collection, which you'll probably see one of these days in a Nerd Cave tour in the park one of these days. But I decided to buy this statue and do an unboxing video for you, the people out there in the audience, to show you our appreciation. So here's the box that it came in, and all of its splendor. And here's my knife, and we're gonna get this bitch open right now. Unboxing. Make sure you always use proper knife etiquette on the knives. First box open. Okay, and as you can see here, it is a box and within a box. So we're gonna get this motherfucker out. If it comes out of the box. Okay, nice. Alright, so as you can see, this is the front of the box. It's definitely in a very dynamic, iconic pose. And the first thing that I noticed is, number one, there's different types of statues for comic book characters and statues for any type of media character in general, right? Some are made of like a heavier material. Some, as you can see, for a statue that's this big, I shouldn't be able to really balance it in my hands and shit, but I am. Because this is made out of, I think, PVC they call it, which is a very lightweight plastic. Not usually my favorite thing to have on a statue, but for the price of the statue, which retails at $49.99, and it's made by, I think, Diamond Select. Yep, Diamond Select Toys, and this is part of their Gallery Diorama series. But that notwithstanding, for a statue in this much of a dynamic pose, it would cost a lot more than the retail price of this guy, which is $49.99. So I can't be too mad about that, although I do personally prefer the statue to have a little bit more weight to it because they feel like a statue. I think a statue should be something that, if it came down to it, especially with current shit that's going on, I should be able to bludgeon someone with this statue if need be. And that's not something I can do with this one. Also, I'm not always a fan of the window box, which is like when there's a window in the box to show you what is inside of the box. But this one works because, like, again, it shows off that dynamic pose. Well, wait a minute. Something that I'm noticing here. So if you see this Robin symbol right on the front of the box here, that is the Robin symbol for a different iteration of the Robin character. The current Robin, who was Damian Wayne, who was Bruce Wayne's son. Tim Drake is my favorite Robin. He was the third one in the lineage. From like 1990 to maybe 2003 or 4, I want to say. Also, what's interesting, the back of the box, okay? If you can see this, I'll try to zoom in on it or do some type of picture to show you better if it's not showing up well on the video. But this is definitely Damian Wayne Robin. You see how he has the different tunic and the long sleeves? So I wonder if this box was originally made for a Damian Wayne figure and they changed it, or if they repurposed it. But this picture here is definitely the Tim Drake Robin that's inside of the box, and it even says from the box, Robin, trademark. This dynamic gallery diorama of Robin, aka Tim Drake, meaning that it knows that it's a Tim Drake statue in here, but although the outside illustration is definitely not Tim Drake. But anyway, enough about the packaging. I know some people out there are packaging nerds, so I want to definitely take some time out and talk about that. But we're going to open this bad boy up and see what is going on. Okay. Unboxing. So we got this thing, which is kind of weird. And grab it out. Okay. So inside of the box there's only 2 items. This little baggy guy that holds probably, I don't know. Basically, if this shows up, I'll take a picture of it as well. This is showing other items from Diamond Select toys that you can buy that pertain to the Batman universe. And most of this appears to be from the Batman animated series, which is fine. And I guess you can buy them. Oh, this is like a survey card. But in any event, the main event. So let's take this bad boy, rotate. I'm going to use your knives responsibly. Get off up there. We'll just put this stuff up there. Okay, so the good news is it's not as light as I thought that it was because of this base here. This base is actually pretty solid. It would be cool if it was actually solid, but it's pretty hollowed out. But very dynamic pose of Tim Drake. This would look really good on my shelf in my nerd cave, which I'll show you guys at some point, especially when I get this guy all figured out. And there's a cool smoke stack here. So this is like Robin is on some rooftop doing some acrobatics to either fight a villain to show off to one of his girlfriends, because what I've always liked about Tim Drake Robin, right? Put this knife on. Just a second. What I always liked about Tim Drake Robin was the fact that he had 2 girlfriends. He had one is Robin and one is Tim Drake. How many superheroes can say that? Spider-Man wasn't doing that shit. Batman wasn't doing it, but Tim Drake was. The best teen superhero of all time, in my opinion. My opinion is typically right. As you'll know if you listen to the podcast True Story Based on Fiction. When this one comes out, we'll definitely, when this YouTube video comes out, we'll definitely have a podcast episode that's going to come out as well. Because like I said on the previous video and on the podcast, we are doing an episode at least once a week until this current situation has been alleviated and solved. So keep that in mind. But okay, yep. So as you can see, Robin is in a very dynamic pose. And the cool part about it is, if you can see, again, I'll take some pictures for you. But though, like I'll superimpose those on this video, probably now and now. He's not actually touching the smoke stack. He's flipping over it, which is a really cool pose. So this is the front, the back, side, and the other side. Like the Paul Wall song, front, back, side to side. And the size of the statue is also really good too. But sometimes for this price point, you get a statue that's more like a figurine almost. But this is definitely a full-fledged statue. And when it's on my nerd shelf, you won't even know that it's that cheaper PVC material versus like some other heavier statue-esque material. So that's really good too. And I think that I gotta find a very prominent spot on my shelf for this, because this is obviously a centerpiece or near centerpiece. It can't just be like Batmobile's here, he's here. It has to be somewhere in the center, like where this guy is now. So like, boom, something like that. And what's cool about it too, you can angle it different ways. You can angle it this way, like he's coming at you that way, or this way, which doesn't really work, but it is. This is the most prominent, iconic pose for it. But there's a lot of things you can do with this statue. definitely not mad that I bought this, and it does bring back some nostalgic memories of my childhood. This is a really cool statue. I can say already it's probably gonna be in my top 5. To that point, pretty soon here, I probably will do a top 5 statues in my Nerdcades for you guys as well. But I won't hold you guys up too long. I will tell you that on a Drunk Iron Man scale, I would probably give this statue. And this is a statue, his packaging, so like the merchandising of a collectible is very important too. So that's going to be included in my rating. So overall, I would give this guy probably, we'll go with 8 Drunk Iron Mans. Due to the fact that the statue is a very iconic pose, cool, and I'm glad it's one of my favorite comic characters of all time, Tim Drake Robin. I wasn't happy with the packaging being for a different Robin for the most part, and I wasn't a fan of the lightweight PVC material, but it does allow you to get a high quality statue in terms of how it's sculpted for a very quality price. So I'm not entirely mad about it, but just my personal preference in the statues that I have in my Nerdcade. So I will probably do a follow-up, either Instagram post or video, showing where this statue is going to be prominently placed in my Nerdcade. So that's pretty much it for the episode, but remember to like this YouTube video, share it with all your friends, comment, subscribe, and also check us out on the True Stories Based on Fiction Podcast Network, where we have the shows True Stories Based on Fiction, which is a comic book, pop culture related show. We also have a show that people who like The Wall will definitely like, and that show is called In No Particular Order. That's where myself and a co-host, we will go over lists of our favorite things of hip hop, like for example, or not so favorite things of hip hop. For example, we did a video the other week about, the other month at this point rather, about our top 5 favorite beat pickers. And then we did a sister list, our top 5 worst beat pickers. So that's people who pick great beats and rap, people who pick terrible beats. So if you like hip hop or rap or anything in that culture, that definitely will be the show for you. We also have the PICs on LSD, where me and another co-host talk about love, sex, and dating. And we also have our show, Being Eco to the Movies, where we do a movie review podcast. Most recently, we did one on Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey, so check it out. And just basically go to any place that you go to that has podcasts. Just type in True Stories Based on Fiction. The entire feed will come up, and it has a link to all of our shows. We're looking at probably at this point, we're 140 episodes deep, so there's a lot of content in there for times we don't have a YouTube video. But until then, we'll see you next time on the True Stories Based on Fiction YouTube channel, and I'm out this. Peace.